Praveen, yeah, we'll go to the next one. Praveen.
Yes, sir. Let me share my screen. So I think someone else is sharing the screen. Yes, sir. I'm sharing my screen to start the presentation. So can you please confirm whether I'm audible and visible and my screen is visible?
Yes, Praveen.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, CA Praveen. I am from industry side. So let me take you through the problem statement faced by any CA, most of the CAs who are in practice or in industry as well while filing their ITR return, right? So my use case is focused on eliminating the headache of manually retrieving the refund statuses or downloading the ITR forms and sending that to client. So to set the stage for the demo, I quickly walk you through few introductory slides. So as I mentioned, checking the ITR status post deadlines, right? So because we'll be going on a marathon of filing returns in last 1 week of due date. So post that we thought of relaxing a day or two, but suddenly a call comes from the client. Hey, can you please tell me the ITR refund status? Or can you please send me the ITR file forms, right? So all these queries will be coming from clients, which I feel little more tedious task because after due date and after that marathon. So that's where my solution comes into picture. So to address this problem statement, so all we need to do is you need to have an input file where you need to fill few informations, which I'll be telling that. And then my RPA solution. So basically I just use Power Automate Desktop. It will process all the manual steps which we are doing and then send the communication to client via mail and as well as WhatsApp. So, and also the best beautiful part in this presentation is I also added chatbot where upon building your database after collecting the information, you can just ask, hey, can you tell me the refund of so and so people? Or can you tell me how long it will take to get the refund? So all these questions you can just ask and the bot will reply beautifully. So without much delay, I'll just show my demo, my use case. So for that, I'll just go to Microsoft Power Automate Desktop. It is a desktop app which is freely available and you can just create the flows. So these are the flows I just created and I'm just open this flow ITR form, mailing and as well as refund checking. So this is how after creating a flows, it looks like your screen. So here you can just call all the actions which is necessary. So example, one of the action is launch Excel to launch the Excel, right? To open the Excel and to read the cells. So this is how you can just set the flows from the actions. And let me run the flow. Before running the flow, I'll open the Excel file, which is reading the data from. So this is the Excel file which I have in the backend. As I mentioned, we need to have a few fields to enter in order to read the information and communicate to the client. So these are the ones.
Praveen, sorry.
Yeah.
I am not able to see I am able to see you, but not your screen. So you have shared your screen properly?
Sorry, sir. Now you are able to see my screen?
Just give me a second.
Excel.
Is this problem specific to me or all are properly able? Rahul?
No, sir, I am properly able to see the entire screen of Praveen.
So just allow me to log out and log in again. I think there may be some issue. I'll just join. Continue, Praveen. Yeah.
So can I continue, sir?
Yes,
Please.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you. So this is my Excel sheet, the input file which I have. So where you need to enter PAN, password to log into website, and then email ID, which is in green color, right? Basically, email ID and contact number so that the communication will be sent to client. And the assessment year which we want to look for. For now, I just kept 25-26 assessment year. So I'll just close this Excel file because this is a one-time activity which we need to update this Excel file. And all the yellow highlighted, right, which you are seeing, that will get updated. And I'll also show the magic after that update. So this is a flow which I explained. So all you need to do is you just construct the flow by adding the actions wherever it is necessary and just run the flow. So I just click on the run the flow. So what it'll do is it will perform each and every action which you are seeing. And it will first launch the Excel. You see here carefully, the Excel is getting launched. So, and then it will go to, it will set few variables, basically username, password, email, assessment years, and then it will launch a Microsoft Edge. I just use Edge for an example. You can just use Chrome as well or Mozilla Firefox as well. So once it logs to the income tax portal, it first enters the user ID. So you can just see my hands are not in the keyboard. So it is entire automated process. There is no manual intervention, just it's simulating a manual actions. It will check the tick box, enter the password, click on submit, I'll also show you the beautiful part of this, which is error handling. So right now I have not touched the error handling in 1-2 clients. I'll just show the third client where you can handle the errors. So it will go to the respective section, download the form, and then it will go to the services tab, and it will click on know your refund status. It will go to the assessment area which you mentioned in the Excel, and then it will take the snippet and summarize that in your Excel, and it will log off. That's where the processing part completed. Now comes the communication part, right? So now what we'll do, it will open the WhatsApp web, it will search for the number which you have in the Excel. Again, hands up, I'm not using anything, it is fully automated. So it will go and search the number which you mentioned in the Excel. Accordingly, it will click on the respective name, and then it will type the information saying that, hey, ITR is successfully sent to your mail. So I'll also show the mail, basically a send box or the inbox where it's sent. So that now you can see in the screen, it is triggering the send email flow. So sent successfully. Now it is logging to the second client. On the interest of time, I'll show the second client and then the third error handling. So now it is going to the second client, it is looping to the second client, logging in, ticking the checkbox, entering the password, clicking the submit, and then entering the passwords. It is going to the respective section, which is ITR field forms. So it will view ITR, view file ITRs. It will download the respective ITRs. For now, I just given only acknowledgement form to download. We can just enhance that to download all the forms. And then next step is to know the refund status of the respective client, right? So click on the assessment here, and then it will take the snippet of this section, copy that in Excel, summarize that, log out. So completed with the processing. Now comes the WhatsApp web communication part. So it will trigger WhatsApp web, search for the number. Now this time it is a different client. Yeah, so it is searching for the number, the different client, not the same client. So accordingly, it will just use that number, and then the message has been sent. So here where communication ends. Now the beautiful part again, as I mentioned, is error handling. That's the core, right? So I'll just see the next client because I intentionally kept password as incorrect to see how it is handling. So now the same process again. This is a third client where it handles the error. So it will user ID is correct. For now, I just kept PAN number as correct. Continue. And if you see here in the screen, the password is incorrect, which I intentionally kept to see whether it's able to handle the error. So it is invalid password. It will automatically close and also logs the issue in the Excel. So now my processing part and communication part is completed. Let's see how Excel looks. Our Excel, right? As I mentioned, the yellow highlighted box. So this is what it is. So if you see here, for now, I'll just hide this. Give me a minute. Yeah. So if you see here, flow status is mailed successfully or invalid password, whatever it is. The contact number remains same, and then a client name, the client name, refund status, date of filing, refund due, everything is taken from ITR acknowledgement. Because in the flow, if you see, I also kept something called read text from PDF. So if you see here, yes, I just added a subflow where it will read the ITR acknowledgement forms as well, and it will store all the necessary information which we want in the respective cells. So this is how the Excel is updated, and I'll just close this. So now I'll just open a beautiful part of this, which is a chatbot, where I'll just run this. Again, I just developed this using Python and Streamlit for web view, and then Gemini API to ask for questions and response accordingly. So these typically take my data set alone and answers the queries which you have, and accordingly it will give you a response. Example, again, it should have a data set, right? I'll just upload the data set which I have. So what I does is this, I taken around 20 data of a client. Again, it excludes all the context information. I just only taken assessment year, refund status, client name, refund amount, which I'm getting from my previous action, right? So what I'll just do is I'll just quickly ask the question. Let me scroll down to answer. If you see here, this is where you can ask the question. Example, I'll just ask, hey, what is a refund status of Praveen? And also, can you tell me how long it takes to credit refund as per income tax provisions, right? Which is generic question. First question is related to my data set. Second is generic. And also, can you draft me email in professional way to communicate to client? So I just kept that prompt and I just press enter. It is going to the Gemini API, using Gemini API, generating the response, and it will display the result here. So yeah, so if you see here, the bot responded. Refund status is refund processed, which is nothing but is reading my data set. Here you can see here.
The
same
last
thing
2 minutes is left.
Yeah. So this is how it will draft the response beautifully. And also you can just use this and to communicate with the client. Before I end, I'll also show you the email one, which whether he or she actually receives the mail. If you see here, they receive the mail when we trigger the flow. So this is what I have from my end. Before I conclude, let me also start end saying this use case I just only done for IT portal, but we can also leverage the same thing for GST portal to get the information, or EPF portal to download the statements, or any other MCA portal to get the company's information, etc. So I'll just open for the questions to the jury. Yeah.
Yeah, Rahul, you please continue.
So there is a question, how it is different from common RPA tools like UiPath and all?
Yes, sir. So it is no code platform. Basically, there is no need of writing codes. It is very easy to understand as well, because just to drag the actions first, and then it's free of cost again. That's where I started using Power Automate Desktop in here, and as well as work as well.
So what process did you follow for that?
Sorry, sir.
What process apart from this Power Automate, how you prepare the steps you have shown? The process you have shown that you have done this, how you can make that happen? What was the thought behind that?
Yes, sir. So if you see in the Microsoft Power Automate flow, so we do have actions to perform each and every section. Example, in order to call Excel, right? So I'll just type Excel, and then that's where I can launch the Excel respective field, whatever it's necessary for us, right? This is where Excel actions, and then it will open the respective information to feed in, and accordingly we can just go to the next step. And like that, we have all the options available here to interface with the web as well, which I told right in Edge basically. So to get the information from Microsoft Edge, launching the new Microsoft Edge kind of. So all these actions we can just perform. I just referred few YouTube channels and as well as ChatGPT to build this, as well as to build the chatbot, a chatbot.
So who in your office or whoever making this automation can get access from whether your article can get access of this, or there is any other separate say
so yeah, all they need to do is they just need to install this desktop version, and they no need to follow all these actions. What I'll do is I'll just copy everything. I'll paste in Notepad, and I'll send to them. When they open this desktop version and when they copy and paste, right, all these actions will simulate. Only thing is here and where the desktop folder, everything, right, that they can just tune it accordingly for their need.
Okay, so the Excel file get prepared separately now for them or for you?
So if you have a shared folder, we can just refer to that path. Currently, what I'm doing is I'm just referring to my desktop path for this testing purpose. So yes, sir. So
understood. So there cannot be a repetition of different Excel, na?
Not required, sir. Exactly. So if you have currently, if you see here, sir, I just referring desktop path.
Okay.
I can just change the path to shared drive.
Thank you very much, Praveen. Thank you. So, sir, Atul sir, can we move to next participant?
Yeah. So I have Praveen, one last question. So every time you access this, would it occupy extra storage every time you download those acknowledgement and occupy that from when you link into the website?
Sir, the downloads is storing in my current Excel basically what I can say, download folder. So every time when it downloads the new file, right, it will comes with the extension called 01 or 02. right? So one way is either we can just route it to the separate folder and there we can just ask them to upload, or we can find a ways to replace the existing file, which I'm yet to explore, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Praveen. Yeah, Rahul, you can have the next